Welcome again to our experiment 2. My name is Francisco Mbugwangige, and our experiment 2, our aim is to perform basic configuring of networking devices. So we want to configure the networking devices. The apparatus we require of the software, you need a command prompt, a packet tracer, OpenSSH, PuTTY. You also need other terminal emulator program like PuTTY, Teraterm, Minicom, or Telnet command. You have this diagram of network or devices that have been connected. So our aim is to, at the end of the day, is to use a packet tracer and to connect these devices. So for them to communicate, they need to be configured. And for those, and in our previous lessons, I'm sure I've been looking at subnetting. I've looked at IP addressing scheme. So that is what is going to be implemented in networking. So you need networking devices like a PC, a modem, routers, and cables. Methods of accessing the CLI environment. The most common method of accessing the CLI environment are like the console, whereby we perform is used to perform initial configurations in routers, in switches. So there is a line management. You can use SSH. This is secure. It's a secure protocol. It's an abbreviation. So it's used to perform remote encryption or connections. So telnetting is less secure because there is no encryption that is done. You're going to demonstrate the moment the difference between telnet and SSH connection, so that we see how, even if at all is a password that we enter, we see whether it is encrypted or not encrypted. The CLI command mode, you have three. One is the user exec mode, the privilege exec mode, and the global configuration mode. Under the global configuration mode, you have you can have the line configuration mode, whereby you configure SSH, Telnet, auxiliary access. Then you can also have the interface configuration mode. You're used to configure a switch port or router network interface. In the user exec mode, you have limited capability, but is useful for basic operations. The user exec mode is identified by the symbol prompt that ends with this symbol. Is it greater? Yes, greater than. So this is how you can identify that you're in the user exec mode. Then the privilege exec mode. To execute configurations, commands, a network administrator must access privilege exec mode. The privilege exec mode can be identified by the prompting ending with the, is it the pound symbol? Yes, this symbol. So as we can see, so this is a symbol. You have a device switch, and this is a symbol. So how do you move from the user exec mode to the privilege exec mode? You type the word enable on your switch, then it leads you to the privilege exec mode. Global configuration mode. To configure basic network devices after you've created your LAN, the user must enter global configuration or mode, which is commonly called global config mode. From global config mode, CLI configuration changes are made that affect the operation of the device as a whole. Global configuration mode is identified by a prompt that ends with config hash after the device name. Okay. After the device name such as switch, then you have config, and then that symbol. That's how you can identify you in the global configuration mode. So we have a breakdown. The user exec mode, how to identify it. You have said you have this symbol. For example, if you have a router, then on this mode, if you type that the command enable, it leads to the priv exec mode, or what you call enable mode, because you move from exec mode to privilege exec privilege exec mode using the command enable. Then here you write a command configure terminal, then you press enter. After pressing enter, you can see that you go to the global configuration mode, and in the global configuration mode you have privileges. Summary of commands mode. You have the user exec mode, so you can go from the user is the list, you go to privilege exec mode, global configuration mode, specific configurations mode, and here you can have either the line or the interface. Also, you can go back by commands, which we shall going to look at later. You go back to global configuration mode, to privilege exec mode, then to user exec mode. So thank you. This information I got from the references shown, and thank you for taking your time. Thank you very much. Thank you.